let's go with that. Hey guys, welcome back to UA Dreadnoughts, or Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. We are now starting a new series, playing as Germany. Now, we will be going back to Japan because I figured something out that on this German series that I did not realize with the Japanese campaign, and that is upgrading port capacity. That's why we were struggling to keep up with the technology as Japanese. So hopefully I can make our port capacity as Germany so high that it's not going to matter what we build or how much we have it. We still got something positive coming in. We're probably going to have to expand somehow due to conquest. But for the time being, we're just gonna sit nice and pretty and research our technology and get the ships that we need to keep our navy strong. Right now, we're making $6 million a month, but that's because some of the ports that I made were completed apparently. And I've already done this twice. I don't know if we can do that more at this point, but I'm gonna do this as much as I can as early as possible so that we can just keep up with the times and keep bringing money in. By the time I'm done, we should be on par with the British Navy. Just let these idiotic Europeans duke it out, I don't care. And what's gonna rise from the ashes is a German Navy that they've never seen before. That's what's gonna happen. Or at least that's what I plan to do. Okay, so we're gonna research a new armor quality in 4 months. Should be the nickel-plated steel, whatever you wanna call it. I'm not exactly positive that it's gonna be that, but let's find out. Mechanical armor forging is 97. And what's the armor quality that we're gonna get? Yeah, nickel steel armor, as I said before. And then I think what we're gonna do is start working on hull strengthening so we can unlock different hulls and stuff. Okay, nice, cool. We did get some of the construction perks there. We got 2 months on this armor forging thing. So once that goes through, I'm gonna maybe put that tech boost on the hull construction. And now we're bringing in $7 million a month. That is a lot better than what we were doing as Japan, but I didn't know how the ports worked, so that's partially my fault. But I'm really liking this bringing money thing. I'm really enjoying the amount of money that we're pulling in right now, and it's keeping us ahead in the research as well. And I think that's gonna make the German Navy force to be reckoned with. Once everything starts really rolling, I think we're gonna have fun with this game. We're a little bit delayed, obviously, before going into conflict, but I think it's gonna be worth it. Anyways, we're about to get small guns in 1 month. What exactly is that gonna give us? Let's see. That's gonna give us 2-inch Mark II guns. Okay. Alright. We're gonna get some destroyer design as well in about a month, so that's good. I figure the more money we can make, the more we can put into research, because about 80%, a little less than 80% of our budget is going to tech research. So we're gonna, hopefully, that being said, pull ahead of these guys. Nice. Okay, we got the armor thing that I've been waiting for, and now I'm gonna see what technologies we need other than what just happened. Armor quality, we still need to get that. The control stations we will get in about 4 months. That's gonna give us the capital ship towers. Awesome. Okay, cool. I think, you know what, we could do that right now. I'm gonna put this on rangefinders because that's gonna help us quite a bit, actually. Basically, guys, we're not recruiting any stronger army, well, navy I should say, because I'm waiting until we can make something serious, and then we're gonna get a couple of them, hopefully, to replace the battleship design. Take this off of armor quality, put this on construction. That makes it go down to 10 months. Cool. So yeah, this is definitely going better than the other one was. We're now making, because we made other ports, we're making 8 million a month, guys, and that is a lot. 8 million a month. I'd like to actually see this. It's about 88% done. It's gonna add another 20,000 naval capacity to us. Maximum shipyard capacity. Got gun guns layout coming. I'm going to show you what I'm actually talking about. I almost want to put that on. Yeah, we can't, because it's bringing us a negative. And that's going to cut down our budget. But we're still in the positive, so I'm going to sit with 76% of all the money going to the tech budget, so we can really pull ahead of these other European nations. 8-inch casemate guns. Okay, alright. Got 1 month until the control station upgrade is complete. That's gonna give us capital ship towers. I don't know how that's gonna affect the ships as we build them, but before we start using those, I want to advance our bodies of the ship quite a bit before we start doing that. Okay, so now that the control stations are actually completed, I'm going to once again focus on something else. Let's go ahead and get some research into cruiser hull design. That's going to give me light cruiser 3. Awesome. So let's go ahead and get that, because at that point I might want to actually design a new cruiser class. Now that we'll get that real quick, but I want to get the light cruiser class 3 first. How are we doing on finances? I'm just checking on ships, actually, the ship capacity. Okay, you have 101,000 ship capacity at this point. We're making about 3 million a month, which is actually quite a lot, because 70-something% of our entire budget is going to research. So we're gonna start to pull ahead of these guys eventually. Light cruiser design, semi-armored cruiser 1, we unlock. Cool. Take this off of this and we'll boost that so it gets done. The internal protections. Guys, this is insane. We're making a profit of 3 million, even though a lot of it is going to research. So, which begs the question, how much are we really making? And I want to get more up-to-date rangefinders too. That would be good, actually. Interesting. See, I'm letting the German Navy kind of lay dormant for right now, because my plan is to actually just build something that nobody else has. Since we have average research speed, however, hopefully with the ports being upgraded and stuff like that, we'll start to really pull ahead in the research eventually. And I think the first people that we actually kill would be our close neighbor, the Austrians. And it's just my personal opinion. We could even do the Spanish too and gain some territory there. Nice. Emergency weapon repairs. No. Okay. Now let's boost the big guns research. Can never have big enough guns. That's gonna give us 9-inch Mark II research guns. Okay. Now we're making 4 million. These are 76% done. Introduced draft boilers. Okay. New riveting techniques. Awesome. And we're gonna get rangefinders. The first rangefinder available. It's gonna be a nice addition. It's gonna help us in naval battles. We'll get that in about a year. This ship that's gonna replace the current battleship is gonna be something that we've never built before. Okay, finances 84% done. So in the next couple of turns we'll be done with the next set of ports. And we're back up to 5 million a month profit. So 9-inch guns, yep, Mark II. Awesome. This is going extremely well financially. What else do we need done here? Well, we can take that off of this. Almost back up to 5 million again. Now we are back up to 5 million profit. This is absolutely crazy. These, so they'll probably be done within the next turn or so. I'm gonna constantly build more ports if I can do that while producing more ships for the German Navy. Million. That is insane. Our shipbuilding capacity is now 20,000 tons. That is absolutely insane. And let's build more, guys! For real. Build freaking more. Insane. That's gonna put our shipbuilding capacity at 26,000 tons, actually. I'm loving the economic boost we're getting right now. Even after building all that, we're still in the green. $1 million per month. Holy crap. Percent of that budget is going to tech research. That is literally insane. double, really? Well, that's kind of pointless because it's 1 month anyways. But what can we boost here? Yeah, let's boost this. What is this going to give us? Hydraulic steering gear. Interesting. Whatever comes out of these ports the next time is gonna be very, very, very highly advanced. 2-barrel secondary guns. Cool. This is awesome. Just making a financial powerhouse right now. Just having a good old time with this. And then once we get the rangefinders, I think I'm gonna get the control station as well. Upgrade. Which we're gonna get the rangefinders in about 7 months. But you know what? We're gonna get the cruiser design in about 4 months. So I think what will happen is once I do that, I'm going to actually go back to the control station and get the next upgrade for that, because the next ship that we build, even if it is just one of them, because they're so expensive to build, it's going to be something that they haven't seen the likes of yet, especially for 1894. Wow. You know, we started building these ports and we're already back up to 2 million positive. Here we go, next turn. I'm definitely going to really put into those rangefinders because I actually have seen them at work because I've been watching this game and watching what this does. But man, these freaking rangefinders can be extremely effective, especially when you get them really far down the line. Shoot stuff 30 clicks out, that's crazy. And the best part is they don't even see you half the time when you get it to that level. And we're back up to $3 million, guys. Port capacity is 110,000 tons. And we're gonna get first level of rangefinder in 3 months. So I'm excited. CA displacement is now 6,000 tons. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. I would have been much better off as the Japanese if I kept doing this. But I guess you live and you learn. We got 3 months until we get special machinery and 2 months until we get the rangefinders. So yeah, the next type of battleship that comes off this line, or even a warship in general, is gonna be something fierce. You know, I might name it that just to, you know, say it's a shitty ship. Don't mind the peanut gallery in the background, guys. He's just dumb. No, he knows I'm just screwing with him. I think I got 4,000 tons worth of battleships here, no doubt. Right, so let me see here what I can't do in regards to that. I guess there's a conquest to take this island or something. Okay, well, this is the first time we'll be using the German Navy. I don't know if they'll make it that far. I might just let that mission expire because I really don't know if they'll make it down there, because that's all the way in the Pacific, bro. Seriously. Yeah, wow. Just constantly upgrading the port capacity really helps big time. There's going to the naval funds right now. Rangefinder, here we go. Alright, so now we have the rangefinders. However, what else do I want to research? We're gonna let that mission fail, not because I don't care. It's just I don't think the ships as of right now will go that far. All the way down to the near Japan. It just doesn't seem likely to me. Alright, freaking spam calls, freaking hate them. Holocaust, wow, that is absolutely craziness. It's only like done. It is crazy. Well, what should we get next? I like gun layout. We're gonna get that in 7 months. What is that gonna give us? Now we're gonna get it in like 4 months, but Barbette anti-flash 2, nice. So we're really gonna be able to build a nice ship by the time we're done here. Advanced towers 1, we're gonna get that in 4 months, and we're gonna get the better engines in 4 months. Once the better engines is done, then I'm gonna go to the hull strengthening and shorten that time, and then I'm gonna consider at this point building a new ship of some sort, because man, we're gonna have some serious building capacity. I'm gonna get control stations in 3 months, and we're back up to 4 million, almost 5 million profits. even after building all those ports to increase our capacity. And that's all this episode's gonna be, is researching and upgrading capacity so that when we actually go to war and we try to build these massive ships, they're not taking absolutely forever to be built. I'm also gonna obviously put some technology into actually construction techniques as well, which we need to consider doing as well. But this episode is primarily gonna be, okay, we need to research and get ahead of the other European nations. We're doing extremely well, and it's about 1900. That's absolutely awesome. I mean, we could try to get down there so we can complete it. I mean, I can try. I think one battleship actually weighs the required tonnage, to be honest. But part of me wants to go down there so we can expand, but part of me doesn't want to go down there. Just because I fear that by the time we get down there, the ship's gonna be out of gas. That's the main concern I have. Ooh, triple expansion steam engine. Nice. Advanced towers. This is really nice. We're now up to $1 million profit, and there is $600,000 going to the naval research at this point, going to naval funds in general. But 8% of that roughly is going to the research itself. So if I wanted to, okay, this would give us 10-inch guns. Holy shit. Yes, we're definitely getting these. Yes, please. Please and thank you. Let's go ahead and boost those big guns. That brings it down to 3 months. This is absolutely awesome. We'll do that. Causes some unrest, but I don't really want to be in a war right now. I want to make myself economically peace so that when I go and I fight with the British, I'll be on their level or further. That's the plan. Okay, big guns in 2 months. Because I know my first enemy is most likely going to be the Brits. And so I want to be ready for this crap. Yeah, we're not doing anything as of late, but at the same time, we are preparing for a massive rundown. We're going to make a ship that they have never seen before in the early 1900s. And I don't care if it's $50 million, guys. Really don't. That's why we're doing this. This is going to be a nasty son of a gun that we actually make. It's going to make the Bismarck go down in history. It's going to be on the Bismarck level. We're about to get 10-inch guns, which we're definitely going to put down on these things. But even when we're at war, I'm going to constantly increase our capacity. I'm not going to play games with this crap. 10-inch Mark II. Awesome. Let's get the small guns going here. And also, I'm going to boost something else here. I'm going to boost the hull strengthening so that we can get better hulls here. And also, I'm going to boost the cruiser design as well. And we'll get that in about 2 months. Holy crap, this is crazy. This is going to be a crazy battleship, guys. Or cruiser, whatever it ends up being. Wow, naval guns. Yeah, there's almost $1 million going to naval funds, and 75% that's going to research. And we'll get a new cruiser design here in about 1 month. We are up to 8 million a month again, even after building all those ports. Battleship 3, here we go. Fantastic. That's what we were looking for. And then we got light cruiser 2 as well. That is awesome. Yep, when this thing comes out of the ports, guys, it's gonna be a beast. Now, take stuff off of that. Let's get some better shells. Got 3 months till that's done. And then we're gonna get a small guns upgrade in about a month as well. What else can we do here? Internal protections, we can do that. That would be actually beneficial. Alright, let's see what these small guns end up being. There's a Mark II 3-inch guns. So nothing exactly special, but still an upgrade. I was hoping the caliber would actually be bigger, but that will come. 3-inch Mark II guns. Awesome. Torpedo contact exploder. Awesome. That's good. I think at this point in time, guys, it's time to make a new design here. Seriously. Can we? Yeah. Let's make a new design. Let's go with the Battleship 3, because I enjoy those battleship hulls. Maybe want to go with a light cruiser of some sort, because we don't even have one of those, to be honest. So let's go with the light cruiser. Yeah, Let's go with light cruiser 3. Oh man, that's pretty sleek. What kind of armor are we talking? A nickel steel. Okay, that cuts down on the weight. Okay, got a nice engine in there to the greatest of our technology here. So, Citadel, no. Bulkheads, natural boilers, induced boilers. Oh man, that's almost worse than it's worth putting in. Actually, to tell you the truth. Hydraulic steering, right. Well, let's do the towers first, if anything. So I'm gonna go with main tower, and then this is actually not bad. It has more benefits than cons. So we're gonna stick this one in here. Funnels. Okay, enhance funnel, then funnel. I almost feel like we should wait until our research gets to a certain point again, just so we can make heavier ones. I feel like we should. I know we don't really have that great of a navy, it's only 11 ships, but I want to build something that really is worth building. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just wait a little bit longer until we get everything. I'm gonna increase the armor quality rate. We're about to get a destroyer design too, so that's good. Okay, now we're actually making 9 million. That is reinforced bulkheads. That's cool. Piercing shells. Okay, now we got the upgraded shells. So what do we want to boost again? Honestly, if we're going to do the armor, maybe we want to go with hull construction, because that's going to increase the rate that which you can pull ships off the line as well, and I'm sure the port capacity does that as well. But the less time we can spend on making ships, the better. We're now putting those into the Navy itself, and a lot of that's going towards research. Nice. It's good. Almost $10 million coming back in. Discovery is not clear yet. Yeah, 10 million. And there is almost 700,000 going to the Navy. That is absolutely insane. Army force is 200. Their population is 10 million. Home population is 4 million. Ports we have 21. Provinces 17. Army logistics 9%. This is definitely going to be a beast of the ship once we get everything I want to put on there. That is definitely going to be a beast. Oh crikey! 5 million going into the economic system per month. Did we actually complete all those ports? Yes, we did. Alright, so let's check it up some more. By selling 400 more tons. And we're still bringing in 6 million per month. Hull construction. Man, I could build like Battleship Hull 3 and make an OP battleship, but I want to be able to put a lot more into the battleship that comes next. Just phase these old ones out still. But our economic system is probably, at this point, the way we've been expanding our ports, probably it's on par with the British ports. Because we've been doing this every single year that we can, since the beginning, since day one, which is, I think, 1890. So we've been expanding the ports for 6 years now, so far. And we're going to get an armor quality in about 11 months. Harvey armor. What is that? Holy crap. I mean, it makes the hull expensive, but the buffers that you get from that type of armor is ridiculous. And we're back up to $8 million. Yeah, let them duke it out. We're just gonna stay quiet here, and we're gonna rise from the ashes. I'll probably maybe make something 1900 or so. We don't need a war with the Brits right now. We actually signed an alliance with the British. Okay, that is not what I expected, but we're going to be expanding through Europe in a different way. We're gonna, I think, go kill the Austrians, our nice little neighbor here, first. And there is over 700 grand going to the naval funds at this point. And we'll get a new cruiser design in about a month. Growth is now in Germany 11.62. That's exactly what we've been looking for, actually. And we're building an economic powerhouse, thus building our resources research at the same time. So this episode, yes, it's the first episode of a new series, but now that I know what I'm doing, come future episodes, there's going to be a Japan one where we do this exact thing, and looks like we have a choice. I'm going to ally with them for right now just to buy me time to get everything where I want it to be. $9 million per month. We're going to get turret mechanism by the month. How are these ports doing? We're only 20% and we're already making $9 million a month despite expenses. So yeah, the more money that goes into the naval funds, the faster they research. 10 million anti-flooding one. This is absolutely awesome. We're building a powerhouse. We're gonna get big guns in 4 months. Are you serious? 11-inch Mark IIs. What in the world? Hold up. Oh, I was seeing things. Yeah, let them duke though. I don't really care. Because when I'm done, this is gonna be like a Navy that they've never seen. Right now, we're super obsolete right now because we haven't built nothing since 1890, but it's gonna be worth it later. What are we getting in terms of boilers? Okay, advanced big funnels. That's what we're getting. Advanced big funnels. $11 million. I took that because I didn't want to sacrifice the naval budget. I mean, we could build it back up, but I just didn't want to. There's almost 800 grand going to the Navy right now, and the country itself is making 10 million. 7,200,000 a month. It's literally insane. And we're gonna get a new armor quality in about 4 months. Then I think I'm gonna boost the rangefinders again. Well, probably no, because by the time 4 months goes by, well, we could do it after construction hall thing, I guess. That's only 2 months. I was gonna say we can boost the control stations, which would give us what? Which would give us bracketing salvo, I guess. Alright, that is literally wow. Now there's literally just about 800 grand going to the Navy right now. I mean, we could make shifts for people, no doubt, but because we're not involved in any war currently, but I don't really want to do that. How close are we being done with these ports? Percent done with these. We're not even close, and we're still making 11 million a month. Man, I know these ports take a long time to like reach their entire capacity, but I know in the long run of doing this episode is kind of long, but I know in the long run after doing all this for this long, it's gonna pay off later. 12 million a month the German government is making, and that's after all expenses. So that is insane. And there is 809,000 going to the Navy right now. It's only a matter of time till we actually surpass these people in technology, because so much is going to research. It's 2 months left on both the armor quality and the control station. What's the control station gonna give us again? That's gonna be bracketing salvo, I guess. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. Thank you to Gemini, really going to the Navy. 76% of that is going to research. And gun layout is going to be ready in a month. So what does that give us? One superimposed large gun. Man, we can really make some kind of nasty son of a bitch. 13 million. Wow. Tracking salvo. Aiming speed. Aiming accuracy. 3 superimposed mounts for large guns. Oh boy. This is coming along good. Okay, what do we got going on here? I'm gonna boost the cruiser design on to be 4 months. What that's going to do is give us fleet and control stations. Okay, let's upgrade the rangefinders again. I really want to put as much as I can in anything that's gonna give us quite the edge on the seas. And the rangefinders, I've seen them work. If you can get those to be quite high, they're extremely effective. No freaking way. Almost $3 million coming in per month. Now it is 14 million. Have fun, boys. While I sit here and research the crap out of technology, it's still 1800s. So it's not even 1900 yet. I'm surprised that we're this far ahead with our technology. It's just average. But I know that, matter of fact, if we keep building our ports up, up, it's going to eventually make us advanced past anything else. These ships here are obviously obsolete at this point. So they're really gonna, all these are gonna get scrapped here. And there's gonna be a new battleship and there's gonna be a new cruiser coming. And there's 879 going to the Navy right now. Have fun, boys. You know, have a good time, because I'm just trying to pull ahead of you guys so I can conquer the rest of the world. Hang on, just for giggles. I want to see how close I actually am as far as economics goes to the British Empire. They have 79 ports. They are making, well, it's gonna take us a while to actually get to their point. But if we keep doing this year by year, we're eventually gonna be relatively on their scale. So right now it's gonna be 4 months to get turret mechanisms. And it's gonna be 4 months to get internal protections, and rangefinders are coming up soon as well, but it's unsure to what we're gonna get according to what's being said right now. But that is probably gonna change pretty quick here because it is sent down. Okay, I'm gonna take this off of the cruisers and I'm going to place it on hull strengthening. This is gonna decrease it by 6 months. 3-cylinder, that's awesome. So we got a new engine. Yep, and there is almost 900,000 going to the Navy right now. 2 million going to the German economy. No wonder we're researching stuff that quick. Holy shit. The benefits of staying out of conflict. You know what? We don't need to fight right now, so I'm just gonna ally with a bunch of dudes, and then we're gonna spring up and kick some ass. How much longer do we have until those ports are done? They're now 16 million and 925,000 going to the Navy. So we might as well round up and say that we have going to the Navy, and none of that is going to the research. That's insane. I'm going to decrease the unrest by a little bit. AP shell, nice. We don't really need to support anybody in this conflict. They can go kill themselves. I don't freaking care. 16 million going to the German economy per month. And we're gonna get a turret mechanism in about 1 month. We're gonna get internal protections in 1 month. We're gonna get rangefinders in 7 months. What exactly are we getting? Stereoscope rangefinder. Nice. That is pretty sweet. And of course we're gonna get hull strengthening in 3 months, which is gonna give us, that doesn't even make sense. Why would you give me Battleship 3 before you give me Battleship 2? That doesn't even make sense. Whatever. I'm not gonna argue with the game, but that doesn't even make sense. 7 million going to the German economy right now. Okay, we're gonna decrease the unrest as much as we can right now. Yeah, my Navy prestige is going down, but I'm not concerned at that for a moment. I need to avoid wars for as long as possible. Advanced hydraulic turrets. $17 million going to the German economy. Alright, I am loving this. And we are researching stuff relatively quick, honestly. And I'm excited as to what we are actually going to build in 1900. Okay, well, there is now 28 million going to the German economy. However, I believe those ports are now done. So what I'm going to do is pump them back up again. We're going to really build their capacity to an insane number. Not that it already isn't, because now we're using 10,000 out of 130,000 ton capacity, and that is because one of the allies ordered a ship and I accidentally clicked yes, but it does not matter because they can go kill themselves. I'm only supporting it and I'm using a fraction of our dockyard capacity. So let's go to finances once again. Oh, and they're not even done building yet. Holy shit. Almost 30 million and they're not even done building yet. That is insane. New battleship hulls. I mean, that is crazy. 30 million going to the Navy itself. well, into the German economy itself. That is insane. Now we're gonna do this. Bring that down to 13 months. We're gonna take this and say that we want to work on the boilers. What is the boiler gonna do? Great. Okay, boiler upgrade efficiency 1. Alright, so it's not a new boiler, it's just an upgrade to the current boiler. It's insane that they're not even done building yet and we're making almost $3 million a month after all expenses. That is just absolutely crazy. Okay, there is exactly $1 million going to the Navy right now. For real. And it's about to be more. These ports should be almost done. I would say within the next turn they'll probably get all their capacity. And it's gonna add 32 tons to our capacity. Man, this is so worth it, dude. Really worth it. Okay, I would imagine that our capacity is now full, but we're still building those ships for that one nation that ordered them. So we're not at full capacity right now. Like, we're still using some, but I believe all those ports are done. So I'm gonna continue to upgrade the port capacity at its maximum capability. And once again, we're going to build and we're going to just max this out 2 years. That's gonna give us 40,000 tons of capacity, shipyard capacity. And there is 20,800,000 going to the German coffers per month. But there's 1 million, the real number, I'm not even going to say it. And 75% of that is going to research. That's insane. Even the stuff that we're not even boosting is getting done right quick. And what's that going to give us again? Stereoscope rangefinder. Okay. I'm going to see if I can't bump this up to maybe be even 80% going to research at this point and still be positive. Yeah, it's 1% now going to research. It's dropped us down to 3 million in the monthly balance that Germany is getting, but eventually that's going to change. But now there's more money being pumped into the research capability. Eventually, we're just going to be advanced. Not average, we're going to be advanced. Small guns in 1 month. Hull protections in 9 months. Big guns in 6 months. Wow. I'm going to build a beast by the time this is. Armored Cruiser 2. Okay. And torpedo boat, new hulls, destroyers. Okay. So, we're getting 4-inch Mark II guns. That is absolutely insane. If I were to cut down the amount that research is going, we would be bringing a lot more money into the German economic system, but I really want to surpass anybody, so I'm really focusing on tech. We got the rangefinders. Now, let's boost the big guns. That's going to bring it down by a month. And you know what? We're going to take the engines, stop boosting the boilers, and I'm going to engines. Alright, I think it's time to build a new design, guys. Let's see here. New ship design. Anti-flood, anti-chirp. Wow. Armor strength, reduced boilers. Right. We're not going to do a battleship design. I think we're going to do a destroyer design if I can find it, because I know we unlocked it. I saw it. Okay, torpedo boat destroyer. Alright, so I'm gonna put spacious quarters in here. That's 97% of its entire weight. I'm not so sure we want to do this just yet. See, that's why. Because this design for a battleship actually has a more modern design if you look at it. So that explains a lot. Let's stick the Harvey armor on there. Bulkheads, plus weight, okay, awesome. Balanced, rudder's balanced, anti-flood, oh boy, that's something. This is gonna be an expensive ship. Put the main towers in, secondary tower. What kind of main guns can we put on this? Can we use centerfire? What kind of barbettes can we get? I know I unlocked a couple somewhere. Apparently I didn't. I thought I did. Well, I mean, we could build a more advanced battleship if we wanted to. But until we get barbettes, I feel like we should wait. Because I have a special plan for this thing. Basically, what I plan to do is put a turret, the biggest turret I have available, underneath another one of the biggest turret I have available. And so this thing is going to be a beast when it comes off the line. It's going to be expensive as crap, and because of that, I'm probably not going to want to put any more money being pumped into research, because we're already researching like crazy. So I'm probably going to try and get it back up to what it was, and then just leave it like that so we can afford ships like this without having like financial issues. Just let the idiots duke it out, and we just sit here and build the economy. I mean, if we get pulled into a war, then yeah, but I'm going to do everything I can to delay that until we're exactly ready to do that. And actually, you know what? I think, well, we're going to get bigger guns in 2 months. I was thinking about cutting down on the budget that goes to research, but I think it's worth it, honestly. We do need to, like, boost the control stations, I think, though, because that is, I think, where you get the barbettes from, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's hull design, I'm not positive. Damage control. Nice. But yeah, guys, I don't think I'm gonna give any more money to the research. I think I'm just going to, at this point, 8% of it is going to research. And in actuality, if we can get more and more going to that, and 8% more and more goes to that, then it's gonna get more and more expensive, and we're gonna research faster. So they all go hand in hand. I probably could have left it at, 76%, been fine, but I want to surpass these guys big time. Okay, so I think right now we're going to put some boost on that machinery there, because it would decrease the weight of the engines. Well, honestly, let's do the control stations. What is that going to give us? Small towers too. Okay, right now we're only making about 2 million going into Germany economy, but I guess it was like foreseeing consequences or what have you that I didn't exactly see. I love how we're just sitting here and continuing to research and getting better and better economic system, and that's why I'm actually playing for so long, because I want to actually build something right off the bat in this, but it's probably going to take a little bit before we can actually do that. I mean, I can make a decent ship now, there's no question about it, but I want to be able to make like a $20 million ship and have to be able to pay for it straight up without going into negative, if that makes sense. That's crazy. We've almost recovered a lot of what we're putting into the economic system right now. Small towers too, electrical turrets, torpedoes Mark 2. Man, we really are researching quite fast at this particular point. We can take the boost off of this. Well, we don't have to. We can get it next month. If we don't, double bottom. Yeah, let's put that back on so we can get that next month. I mean, 2 turns isn't really all that bad either, but let's get some construction, I think would be actually good. I'm not, where is it? Yeah, hull strengthener. I'm gonna get that once I'm done with everything else. Maybe after this hull protection. This is gonna give us double bottom. Oh yeah, that's gonna increase the weight, but it'll be nice protection on that. Double bottom. Alright, that's cool. Now we're going to go into our research and change this to cruiser design. And what is that going to get us right now if I were to click on that? Okay, we're gonna get light cruisers are 5,000 tons. That's what's coming next. That is good. Germany at this point is really being a little bit dormant. We're not really interested in conflict, but eventually, guys, conflict is coming and we're gonna run people over, right? And we're only 40 done with the port building. That is insane. So we might even just recover everything that we spent. I mean, it's already 8 million coming in. And again, I am not going to increase the tech budget because we're already putting over 8% of the budget into technology. I don't think we need to do that any higher. I think we need to focus on building the German economic system so that when we actually build these massive ships that we actually have planned, we can build them easy and not have to worry about financial strains. And the Navy itself is getting put into the Navy by itself, and 80-something% of that is going to research. So again, I don't think we need to increase the tech budget. Yeah, well, who cares? Because we're gonna build it to the point where even if we do decrease the naval budget, it's not gonna really make a difference. Where are we at in terms of these ports now? Guys, we're all halfway done with this port upgrade. Holy crap. Yeah, Germany is kind of the dormant power right now, to be fair. But when we wake up, it's gonna be like waking up giant. 6 large side caliber guns is coming from the gun layout in about a month. And we're getting better engines in 3 months. What is that gonna actually give us? Multiple expansion steam engines 1. Okay, that is cool. And we have 1 boost that we can put on something. Something I didn't even realize we had, really. I'm gonna honestly upgrade this, the armor, because, well, the armor fitting, because that's gonna decrease the weight and construction time for all ships. Yeah, minus 4% to all armor types. That's cool. 6 large side guns. Okay, I mean, they're starting to build up their navies, and my navy pales in comparison, but when I start building, guys, it's going to be a massive navy. It's going to be a strong one, too. I keep saying this, but we're going to really come out of the water like a freaking sea monster. Titanic acid. Interesting. 9 million, even after all expenses. So we're basically recovering everything that we're putting into research. So again, I'm not going to increase the tech budget anymore because we don't really need to. Get a better engine in 2 months, we'll get better boilers in 2 months. What is that going to give us? Economic geyser or something? Oh yeah, this is getting more and more modern as we go. It's obvious, yes, but we're doing it rather quickly. Alright, so almost 10 million going to the German economy again. That is fantastic. Now there is 10 million going back in. Man, the benefits of sitting dormant. And it's not even 1900 yet. That's funny. And there's 1,230,000 going into the German economy right now. Yeah, it's not even 1900. It's close, but it's not even 1900 yet. Just let the frickin' Europeans duke it out, and then when we show up on the map, it's gonna be like, oh shit. And 11 million going into the German economic system at this point. And yet again, we're not even done yet. Let's take that off of this and put it on that, and then take the cruiser design. Alright, turret mechanism, let's go big guns. Oh my gosh, that decreased it by 2 months. So hold up, the more money we make, the more the boosting actually decreases the amount of time it takes to frickin' research crap. I mean, that would make sense, but that's insane. So yeah, if we keep upgrading the port system and making the capacity the way it is, it's definitely going to surpass anything that the other nations have eventually. And once again, we're bringing back 11 million into the German economy. When we first started building the brand new ports, we were bringing in barely 2 million. That is quite the shift. And 1 more month until 1900. And 12 million going into the German economy again. 9-inch Mark III guns. Nice. Awesome. That is crazy. And then let's actually put a boost on the... Yeah, let's decide here. I'm not really focusing on a torpedo tech because I don't plan on using it too much. So I'm more concerned about making beasts. And the way we're, doing things, it's definitely feasible with the economic system that we have right now. I mean, the one guy I was watching on YouTube, he was making $100-something million ships, but I don't think he was doing what he was doing. I think he was just expanding, to be honest.
Again, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, 8. So we're still not done with the entire tonnage upgrade yet. And it's gonna, by the time it is completely done, it's gonna explode. Naval prestige. Yeah, we'll take a hit from that just to avoid a war here. March. And I know most players would have been fighting by now, but I think this is gonna be a smart way of doing things. Just try and stay dormant for as long as possible. I think after we get to the specialized machinery upgrade, what is that? Electric steering. Okay. Well, once we get that, I think what I'm going to do next is upgrade the hull strengthening. So we're back up to 1 million going into the German economy right now. That is insane. Absolutely insane. Finances. We definitely don't need to worry about money. For sure. Let's keep going, guys. 50,000 tons. Oh my gosh. And each time it increases this by how much it increases. That is nuts. So by the end of this, we're going to have 48,000 tons worth of docking capacity. That is insane. That is absolutely nuts. And we have well over $1 million going to the Navy, and 80% of that is going to research. No wonder we're researching so quick. This is absolute insanity. Mark II 5-inch small guns. Wow. And even after all the expenses were only, we are putting a lot into it, but we're still making 8 million. I wish I knew about this earlier, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, it seems our Navy is obsolete, which it is. But when I get done, it's not gonna be. And we're back up to 9 million just in a term. That is crazy. That is absolutely nuts. And we're gonna get the next hull type in 3 months. $1 million. Wow. This is one way to do it. We're gonna get a new cruiser design in 2 months and a new destroyer design in 1 month. And the hull strengthening in 2 months. So whatever. Large torpedo boat is what we got next. This is just great. I don't remember accepting a thing like this, but I probably did. Nice. That decreased the hull weight by 2% and the engine vibrations by 2%. That is substantial. And resistance and stability. That is going to be fantastic. CL 6,000 tons. Okay, I think there's enough waiting around, guys. We've been building on this economic system for years, so I think it's time to update some stuff. Armor quality, let's go with that. We'll get the next armor fitting in 9 months. Okay, I'm gonna research big guns again, because I would boost the control stations, but the control stations are only 1 month away anyways, so it's kind of whatever. Once it reaches 1 month away, it's kind of not, there's no point in boosting it, because you don't gain nothing from it. Advanced towers and new parts available. Okay, awesome. No. Yeah, this ship that comes off the line is going to be some kind of beast thing, because I'm really gonna pump money into this, and that's why we're waiting so long for the economic system to get to the point where I want it, because it's probably gonna be a 50 million ship and 11 million being put back in. We're about to get more boilers in a month. Advanced medium funnels. It is now 1901. How is the current unrest? Okay, that's back to 0. Awesome. 13 million. 1,086 stuff. That's crazy. I like to look at this before I go to lunch here. It's crazy that 21 ports is generating that much money. What are we gonna get as far as big guns? 13 inchers. 13 inchers. And I think now that we have the 13 inchers, I might have a confidence to build a new ship. 13 Mark II. And research, after we take the guns off there, now let's go to range finders and upgrade the next rangefinder here. That is insanity. The Ottoman Empire now owns Austria. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to take them out eventually. Let's get a new ship design going and see if we can't build a decent thing here. What's crazy is Battleship 2 actually seems like a more modern design. It's crazy. It's got a rangefinder on it. I mean, this is gonna be a beast. Funnels. this big funnel. There we go. Looks kind of like a dreadnought glass kind of, but it's definitely gonna be highly advanced for its time. 8-inch main gun, 8-inch secondaries. Okay, so how big can we? 13. Okay, centerfire 13 gun, 13-inch main guns. Okay, I probably want to go with side guns here, to be honest. Let me go with the side guns, and we'll go with the side guns because center fire guns aren't really feasible right now. Can't really do that. Okay, so we're gonna have to go with the center fire guns, honestly. So center fire guns, 13 inches, double barrels. This thing is a beast. Unfortunately, we are 92% of our actual weight. So, right, draw turrets. Actually, I should just focus on the secondaries if we can fit anywhere. Doesn't seem like we can. We may have to use casemates just because casemates, you know, we don't exactly have the haul to do secondaries right now. 18-inch casemate won't fit on this. 6-inch will. Standard reloading. Enhanced reloading. Okay, I don't think any of this is going to get secondary battery or a casemate because we're already basically maxed out. But if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. But I think we've been holding off for long enough. We need to build a new ship, so that's what we're doing. It is quite advanced, to be honest, for its time. It's got a nice rangefinder on it. Definitely force to be reckoned with, even though it doesn't really have any secondary guns on it. It's still gonna be somewhat of a beast, really. Okay, we reached our maximum. Alright, so we save that design and we scrap the old design. That is the new class of battleship, guys, and it's gonna be hard to take down for sure. It can be done, but it's going to be really hard to do. Oh my gosh, we're using like a fraction of our build capacity. That is insane. It's a ship that's worth 30k a month. Yeah, in a minute. So let's check on our finances. Negative 16 grand per month right now, but hopefully when we come back we'll eventually work our way out of it. We're using quite a lot of our build capacity, to be honest, but I think this battleship is going to be a beast for what it is and for what year it is. I wanted to sit back and wait a couple more months, but no, I think we've been peaceful quite long enough. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Next time, hopefully, we'll play long enough to see some action with the new battleship. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, it was a lot of economic building, but I think it'll be worth it. Don't forget to push that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. God bless.